If you think Xiaomi is going to hit the brakes anytime soon with their continuous releases of smartphones this year, well, you're wrong. Hey guys, Kim here of YugaTech. Today we'll be checking out a budget smartphone which would interest you and your pockets. The Xiaomi Redmi 6 and 6A were just released last month in China, and now they'll be officially releasing the Redmi 6 in the country this week. Alright, take note, this is a retail package, so it means it's the same phone that will be available in the market. It's got the same red box, just like with any other Redmi series. Inside we got the unit, the manuals, wall charger, USB cable, and SIM ejector. It's quite the same with other entry-level Redmi series, but take note, it's the Redmi and not the Redmi Note series because that's a different story. Now the overall look has a slight change in design. For example, the speaker is now at the back rather than the bottom. Then the lines where you usually find the antenna bands is now just part of the design of the unibody casing. But the power button, volume rocker, headphone jack, and micro USB remains in their rightful places, just like with the previous Redmi models. But what's missing here is the infrared sensor, which is usually positioned at the top. Well, imagine this phone as a miniature version of the Redmi 5. The same feel, well built, and easy to grip, but with a much smaller form factor. It has a nice design, and Xiaomi didn't compromise the quality of the materials, so we can say out of the box it's well built, considering this is an entry-level smartphone. You'll definitely be surprised to see that it has a full view 18:9 aspect ratio with an HD plus resolution of 720 by 1440, even though they minimize the size of the display to 5.45 inches. But with the rise of large display smartphones, our eyes are now not used to small displays. So it kind of feels like it lacks sharpness and brightness we usually see with the other Redmi series, but maybe that's just us. Even with that said, in terms of colors, it's still accurate and you'll still have that additional pixel when watching videos. But in terms of screen to body ratio, the top and bottom are well balanced, but with slight bezels, and buttons are on screen. Now in terms of audio quality, it's good enough, but since it's positioned at the back, expect the sound to be muffled once placed in a flat surface. This phone is equipped with a dual lens camera. There's a 12 megapixel plus a 5 megapixel for the rear, and that secondary lens adds depth of field effect which can be set in the camera. It also includes a feature called tilt shift, where users can choose if they want their bokeh effect to be circular or rectangular. Straighten where the sensors are and the AI will detect if anyone's hold is straight enough or tilted. In terms of quality, the rear camera lacks sharpness, plus it appears to be a little bit creamy. You won't get the best results without effort. You have to tap on the subject to focus, because it tends to focus so much on the background rather than the subject. Now for the dual lens, the bokeh effect is noticeably artificial, even if you choose between the circular or parallel options. Same goes with this, tap to focus is needed to get the best results. But for the 5 megapixel front, even though it's fixed focus, most of our selfie photos are sharp, but it tends to get muddy when beautify is applied. But then again, images are still usable as long as it's under decent lighting. Overall, camera is still far okay compared to other entry-level devices we've tried, and a software update and optimization might probably enhance this in the long run. The Redmi 6 is powered by a MediaTek Helio P22 processor, along with PowerVR GE8320 GPU, paired with a 4GB RAM. Okay, before you get triggered with its MediaTek processor, here's a quick gameplay of PUBG with balanced graphics quality settings. Now yes, we're quite impressed that it can handle the game even in a balanced setting, but of course don't expect too much from this phone. Although for an entry level, overall quality is good, it can keep up with multiple tasks, and the device is responsive and snappy. For the synthetic benchmarks, here are the results. One thing that we notice is that it warms up easily, especially around the rear camera. But don't worry though, it doesn't reach a certain level where it's uncomfortable or worrisome. Unlike the China specifications of the Redmi 6, it is running on MIUI 9.6 instead of MIUI 10, but it is based on Android 8.1 Oreo. The UI is neat and organized, but we're still waiting for the changes that the MIUI 10 will bring to this device. Now for the battery, this phone carries a 3000 mAh battery. We expect to have an above average result, and we'll be sharing it in our full review in the next coming days. Now this phone is still a stunning device, a well-rounded build with a decent display, above average performance, and workable camera modules. Although the bokeh effect is more of a hype, the total experience is positive for this phone. If this phone gets the right price once launched locally, it's an easy recommendation for those who are planning to upgrade from an old Android device with a tight budget. Alright, and that's it. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell icon to get notified of our future uploads. Again, this is Kim of YugaTech, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!